Hey, woo!
How you feeling?
How are you feeling?
I'm doing better now.
Yeah.
I'm at a 10 now. Earlier this morning, I was more like at a 3.
Yeah, I know it was a great night.
We went to Upshift, had a burger and a beer. That Kolsch was great. I went to a 5. Yeah, I'm not at a 10.
Yeah. I know. I woke up. I ain't gonna lie. I was super hungover. You know.
Well, the party show.
So, yeah, we had So after
we did the Zoom post party.
Yeah.
And then Daniel, your buddy, showed up. It was his birthday.
And
he brought like 30 people with him. A DJ showed up.
Yeah, you know, we Mexicans, we know how to party, man. So Todd it was funny because Todd was like, he's the only white guy here, right?
The only white dude.
But you know, we don't see that. And we were having a lot of fun.
I saw that.
Yeah. It's all good, man. They were pulling you to dance. The girls were like, "Come here."
I didn't have a choice.
I
said no, and they were just like,
"Oh yeah." They just grabbed your fucking arm and pulled you, right?
Dancing, DJ, beers, so many beers.
Yeah.
I think we had another 6 of your beers. I think. I don't know. Anyways,
we're doing
good now.
Yeah. We're good now.
Yeah, so we're ready.
Hydrated. Yeah. Our liver has been stretched.
Yeah, but thank you to everyone who joined us yesterday for 6 delicious West Coast IPAs. Today it's all hazies today.
Yes, that's the thing for today. Hazy IPA.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to the team again. Brittany, Claire, Talia, thank you behind the scenes making it happen. Thanks to Halftime.
Halftime, Dave.
And again, we can't thank all of you enough for your support and joining us for this awesome event. So today's gonna be a good day.
Yes.
And make sure to go to the forum and post your questions for our guests. Because your question might get picked and show up on the screen. Mm-hmm. And one more. Buy some gear.
Of course. Huh? Get them. These glasses are pretty nice, man.
Yeah, they
Look
are.
at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Nice and cleaned up. All right.
There you go.
So we are first beer today is from Revision. Now, I've never had I don't think
I've had Revision, and they're pretty solid, man. Yeah. They're a real good brewery. Yeah, I think they're in Nevada.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's get to it.
All right. Let's do it. Revision.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
What's up? I'm great. How are you guys?
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
We're we had some beer, a lot of beers yesterday, so we're not 100%, but we're almost there.
That's all right. That's how it goes.
Right?
This one will help. This one will take the shakes off a little bit. So there you go.
So we're drinking today. We're drinking what's the name of the beer? It's
Social Fermentation.
Social Fermentation.
Yep, I got one too.
Mike, tell us about the beer.
Yeah, so this is one of our core hazy IPAs. Single IPA, nice, easy drinking. Got a lot of hops in there, so we got some Citra, some Mosaic, Amarillo, and then also some hops from Down Under, Galaxy, and Big Secret.
Nice.
Nice.
We
cheers.
Put a variety of hops in there. Hey, cheers, guys. Yeah, it's just a real easy drinker.
It is super.
It is. This is a beer that you could drink all day and won't get too hammered, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the lowest ABV of the day.
6.5. Okay,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has a lot of flavor, though.
IPA. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Yeah, big flavor impact, big aroma. Alcohol is on the more sessionable side. We've got plenty of beers on the higher alcohol side too, but this one we're going a little bit more down the middle with the alcohol.
That's right. You do a bunch of other hazies as well? What else?
We do a lot of hazies, yeah. We got Disco Ninja, Year Round, Hazy Life. We have dozens of different hazies that we'll kind of rotate in our schedule when time allows. But yeah, we got a lot of good hazy brews.
Cool. What states do you distro to? I just read. I think you just posted a press release not too long ago where you expanded your distro in California.
Yeah. California and Nevada. Obviously, we're in Sparks, Nevada, Northern Nevada, so Sparks, Reno. But Nevada and California are biggest markets. Southern California. I'm from Northern California myself, so as some of our founders are. So yeah, California, one of our largest markets, but we're in a total of about 13, 14 states, and we distribute to a couple other countries as well. We've gone to Australia, Japan, China,
nice.
Thailand. Yeah, we're getting out there.
How big is your brewery? What's
we're a little over 20,000 barrels as of the most recent year.
Okay.
And how much? How much of this are you brewing these days?
We do that one every once in a while. It's one of our favorites. We don't keep it around all the time. We kind of, bring it in and out of rotation. We'll do it a few times a year.
Okay.
Yeah, probably 3-4 times a year. It's definitely a favorite around the tap room and of everyone around the brewery.
Nice.
I'm liking this a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's very easy drinking. It's full body flavor. Like I said, I could drink this all day, man, and not be too hammered. Like I said.
Yeah. That's the idea. Yeah.
That's what we look.
The label is cool. We do a lot of cool, fun label artwork. This one is actually a picture of a mural we had done in our brewery.
Yeah, I saw that in the
first opened up. Oh, it's so cool. We have our entire big old cold room out here in the brewery, big 2,000 square foot cold room inside our warehouse. And the whole face of it is painted with this mural. And we had a local artist named Handsome Hernan who did the mural art back when we first opened in 2017, late 2016, early 17. And so we were lucky enough to turn this into a can label, and it was perfect for this beer. Just that social fermentation. We got a lot of hops interplaying in this beer, but it's just a lot of fun and some good flavors going on.
The guy does all of your art, or most of it.
We actually, not just this one artist. We have a variety of artists that we work with, local and outside. We take a lot of pride in our can artwork. We have got some pretty fun ones. Glitter Moon, Sparkle Muffin. We've got some little cats on the label. A lot of cool artists that we've got some really, really cool artwork. We're lucky to work with them.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really liking this.
Yeah. It's real, real good, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, everyone to get your palates back on track.
Yeah,
after a wild evening.
I'm definitely a solid 10 now.
Well, I'm on a solid 8 right now, 8.5.
You're
I'll be there. Once I finish this one, I should be all right.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to pull some questions from the forum?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, question number 1: talk about the fundamentals of the hazy style. Is the haze a part of your process, or is it added into something to haze it up?
That's a good question. It's not something that we add in necessarily. There's, I think this is a while ago, but some brewers, it's been rumored they add flour or something to the beer to make it hazy. We're definitely not doing anything like that. It's baked into the process, and haze is sort of a byproduct of the intense flavor that we're going for. We're just going for that unfiltered, raw, hop aroma, just an amazing, bouquet of flavor and aroma combined. And the haze just is a byproduct of that. We use a lot of flaked oats, flaked wheat, malted wheat, some malted grains that add some extra protein and components of the beer that just happen to contribute to the haze. But really, we're going for flavor. We're going for that amazing aroma and flavor in all of our beers, West Coast or hazy, of which we do a lot of both. But yeah, so not anything just to drive the haze in particular, but really we're just going for that amazing aroma and flavor, no matter what kind of style the beer is.
Well, it definitely has a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Thank you.
Good stuff. Let's
take
another one.
Yeah, let's take another question.
All right. Can you tell us about your hop schedule?
Absolutely. Yeah, so some of our West Coast beers are more traditional. You got some early hops early in the boil, late hops, and then obviously heavy on the dry hop. For these West Coast beer, or the East Coast beers, the hazy IPAs, we're doing a lot of late hopping. Not a whole lot of early bittering additions. If anything, it'll be a pretty minimal addition towards the beginning of the boil. But we really, really emphasize the very end of the boil, the whirlpool hops. Our equipment here, we have a dedicated whirlpool just so we can add those additional or aromatic hops. So we really, really emphasize primarily the whirlpool hops. You get a little bit of bitterness from that, but mostly aroma and flavor, and then heavy dry hop, obviously. So yeah, I think that's the case with a lot of hazy IPAs and just new school IPAs in general. Is just emphasizing the later hops in the process. But yeah, we're right along those lines.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. I think we have
we got time for more questions.
For more questions.
For sure.
All right. What kind of challenges did the pandemic pose for your business? How did you adapt, and how will you use those learnings going forward?
Great question.
That's a good question. The pandemic was not easy, for sure. It wasn't easy for anyone. Beer industry absolutely was. It was hard on everyone. Initially, no one knew what to expect. So, things definitely slowed down. They slowed down for us hugely. We had been doing, prior to the pandemic, roughly 50-50 draft and package. We do a lot of cans, primarily cans now. We have a bottling line. We're doing a little bit of bottling, but mostly cans. But anyways, we do, roughly 50-50 between draft and package. And when the pandemic hit about March 15th of last year, draft went to zero. We were so lucky to have our own canning line in place. And we also had agreements in place with our can distributors so that we could continue to package a lot of 4-packs and cases of cans to go. So we're really, we were pretty well positioned, I guess, with our distribution partners and our packaging suppliers to keep us in production. So our production took a hit initially, but we were able to get back up to almost normal levels after not too long. But packaging primarily in cans versus draft for most of 2020. And we're super lucky to have gotten through it. We took a hit initially, as everyone did, but we got through it. I think what we can learn going forward is just keeping these things in mind, that anything could happen at any time. The fact that we were well positioned with our can suppliers. I mean, aluminum shortage was a big thing late in 2020, and it's still going on. So we're lucky that we had some contracts and agreements and partnerships set up with our can suppliers and label suppliers, and just keeping our draft, still on the back burner, but still there. So our sales team now that everything is thankfully opening up a little bit again, we're hitting those accounts and we're getting out there as far as some draft accounts and getting that mix a little bit going again. So it's been a learning experience for sure. The last year, it's been tough for sure, but we've been very, very lucky to get through.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a learning experience for everyone in this industry. Not only this industry, but pretty much every other industry.
Everything,
everything.
Yeah.
That's good to hear, though, that you guys are doing well.
We're chugging along.
I believe Nevada is going to open very soon, right? In this month?
Yes, exactly. Actually, today, the first, most counties in Nevada opened up to 100%.
Yeah.
I believe Washoe County, where we are in northern Nevada, I think we have one more month to go. June 1st, we'll open back up to 100%. Nonetheless, we're still at 50% now in our own tap room, and we're seeing a lot of happy customers again, seeing a lot of familiar faces. So it's been good to get a little bit back to normal.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
we get
one. Yeah, we have more questions. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Let's see.
Delicious beer. Any new ones in the future?
Absolutely. We always have new beers in the future. We actually, so we just we're collaborating with a bunch of new breweries actually. Now that we're getting back to normal and getting, being able to go out and interact with more people, we're trying to collab with some of our friends. We're getting collaborations going with Moxa Brewing in Rockland over the hill in California. We got AleSmith coming up. Who else are we collaborating with? Faction, one of our huge idols and fans, Roger over at Faction. So we have some big collaborations coming up. Just recently, we did a beer called Practically Perished with Corey at Beer Baron in the Bay Area, in Oakland, and a couple of restaurants there. We did a West Coast IPA with those guys, and it was a different style of West Coast IPA than we've done in the past, and we hope to do some new beers along those lines of just super light and crisp West Coast IPA. But yeah, we always have new beers coming out, and we're always revisiting past beers that we've done in the past that we don't do all the time, but we rotate them back in every once in a while as soon as we can. So in our first couple of years, we did a lot of new beers, pretty much two to four new beers a month in our first year or two. So we cranked out a lot of new brews, and now we're taking our time to revisit some of those and revise them and perfect those beers too. That's kind of in our motto is revision, is revisiting those brews and just making sure that they're as good as they can be.
I believe you collaborated also with LCB, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah. Yep. Formal warning.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
That was our beer with them.
Very well, and I remember he did a collaboration with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came up here, and we actually went down to their brewery too, and so we did a couple of beers at both of each other's facilities. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, let's get to this next question.
Yeah, we got time for
a little time.
Yep.
Okay. So this says, what can you tell us about the grain bill for this beer?
Yeah, absolutely. It's honestly, it's pretty simple. It's a lot of two-row. We use a little bit of wheat.
Small.
We got two-row malted barley. We use malted wheat and we use flaked oats. And between that wheat and the oats, really gives it that nice creamy mouthfeel and that haze that we all love. But it's relatively simple. A little bit of caramel malt in there just for a hint of color, but it's just a slight hint there. But primarily, malted barley, malted wheat, and flaked oats is our base for this beer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, we got another one. Any plans to distribute to the Northeast, Rhode Island in particular? Otherwise, I'll need to airfare. Yeah.
Oh well, that's an awesome compliment. Thank you. I believe we do distribute to the East Coast. We've got some in New York. I don't know if we're distributing anywhere else in the Northeast right now, but certainly plans are changing all the time, and we're always looking for new markets to go into. So I think we'll definitely get there at some point. But if you're a fan, book your ticket to Nevada. Yeah, come on out and we'll show you a good time at the brewery. It's always better if you can get it at the
Vegas for a little bit, and then go over there, right?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. We have I think one more. Let's see.
We got time.
Okay, this beer is one of my regular buys here in Sacramento. Thank you for your great work.
Oh, awesome.
Go some
Yeah, not much going on there, but I mean, Sacramento is one of our closest our closest friends. One of our biggest markets that we sell into. Jeremy, one of our founder, he originally started the brewery Knee Deep, and they're in Auburn in northern Sacramento. So Sacramento is a big market, and we're huge fans of Sacramento too. So we try and keep a good presence in Sacramento. So thanks for them who like our beer, and yeah, Sacramento's like in our backyard. So we
Awesome.
Yeah,
we try and get out there all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, we got time.
Okay.
Here we go. How does this hazy stand out different from other hazy offerings?
Oh yeah.
Years. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so we have a lot of different beers. We vary up the grain bill a little bit, but primarily what changes is the hops. We do play with our water chemistry a little bit, ranging. We use calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, some different chemicals, brewing salts, to change up how the hops really hit your palate. So this one here is a little bit more sessionable in that 6.5 ABV. We have a range of hazy IPAs from about here all the way up to our triple IPAs at 10+%. And they all hit a little bit differently, and it's primarily the hop blend that differs them. Some of them are dry hopping regiment will change. Traditionally we're dry hopping after about a week into fermentation, but occasionally we'll do a sort of a double dry hop or a little bit later dry hop, kind of get some of that biotransformation going.
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically the hop blend that varies a lot of our beers.
Nice. We got about 5. Yeah, we got time for more questions.
Yeah.
At least one or two more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so somebody said, oh shit, Nevada is my last state. I wasn't aware IPA Fest would complete the state for me. Nice.
Congrats on.
That's awesome. Oh, sweet. I'm glad we could help you out.
That's right.
Yeah, we're representing Nevada. We're happy for that.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of love here.
You're getting a lot of love, man. Yeah. That's what's up.
Sweet.
I mean, like I said, I haven't drank your beers a lot, but this is very good, man. Cheers.
Yeah, and for my first, this is a good intro to revision. I'm gonna seek out some more for sure.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
I actually finished it already.
I'm almost there.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it goes down pretty easy. Yeah, we're heavy into the IPAs. We do a lot of IPAs. So if you're an IPA fan, you'll find your home here. We have a lot of offerings.
Love it.
Let's see if there's any more love.
All right.
Oh.
And someone said, do you use fining on your hazy?
Oh, awesome. That's a really good question. So we don't use any like biofine, any chemical finings, but we do use a centrifuge.
Centrifuge, yeah.
So we've got a centrifuge to clarify. It doesn't filter the beer. Obviously, it keeps it nice and hazy, but it keeps it consistent, which is the biggest thing for us. Especially as we grow, we're really just trying to keep things consistent. So no matter where you buy our beer or find it, or if you come to the brewery or you buy it in New York or Japan or anywhere in the world, we want hazy beer to look exactly how it does right here in our tap room. So yeah, we use a centrifuge, and that clarifies and really keeps the beer really, really consistent.
Yeah, it keeps it a little fresher for longer too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
Okay, we got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay,
here you go.
Go ahead.
Though the bitterness per se is modest, there's an excellent citric, almost acidic element that complements that and provides additional sharpness. Where's that coming from? Yeah, I picked that up too. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I mean, hazy IPAs in general, like the bitterness, we're definitely going for a little bit lower IBU and just to have that bitterness more balanced with sweetness. have it a little bit more approachable. Beer in general is acidic, so that acidity balances that little bit lower bitterness, and you might get some of that acidity coming out there. We don't do anything in particular to bring out any acidity or anything like that. But yeah, it's just meant to be a really balanced, but primarily hop forward in the aroma and flavor, and kind of, you know, downplay to some extent the bitterness, just to make it super drinkable and super, you know, pleasant to drink. So we're balancing the sweetness and the bitterness and the acidity as well, but really, really just showcasing the hop flavor, really, from all the variety of hops that we use.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you know, we love it. We love the beer.
Yeah, and I think we're wrapping up here. I just want to thanks for joining us. Thank you for sending
Oh,
everyone
my pleasure.
delicious beer. And thanks to all of you. Those were some great questions and comments.
Yeah.
And, keep them coming.
Yeah. Everyone show love to Revision, man.
Yeah, that was good to see.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
You guys rock.
Thank you.
Mike.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate
well.
it.
Cheers.
It's awesome. I
Oh
love
yeah.
that beer.
Do the
Really good way to start off the fest.
exactly, man.
Yeah,
Everything's all like, people are just excited.
yeah.
I'm sure they have a lot of fans, you know, because you saw
Sounds like
all,
it, yeah.
all the people were like, that means they make great beer.
Yeah, and up next, Hop Butcher. I want to believe.
Hop Butcher. Okay. Hop Butcher.
All right, we're gonna go grab it. We'll see you in a couple.
Oh shit, we're on.
Just doing some meditation.
Yeah,
It's a long day. So,
yeah.
How you doing?
Justin?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
You're,
I
are
can't.
you outside your home?
1 second. What's up?
Are you outside in your home?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So this is here, please. There you go. The Hop Butcher. I want to believe. That's a nice name. I want to believe.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to believe in hazy IPA, guys. I really do, and I believe in it.
All right. Tell us a little bit more about that. Why are you so stoked on hazies?
I just ever since I had the first one, it was actually a Trillium IPA. It blew me away. That Northeast hazy, man. I just can't. I can never go back after that. And huge fan of what the yeast does with the hops and all that stuff, and it's just phenomenal. But,
double.
Yep.
Nice and hazy.
Nice color.
Yeah, I mean, I remember having some of your beers at probably one of our fests, but you also sent some in the nice little care package. I've been digging your beers, man. So
yeah. This is my first time trying
it is. Right.
the Hop Butcher, so it smells wonderful. Let's see, let's try it out.
Cheers, guys.
Wow, cheers.
That is smooth.
That's very smooth. Nice,
Incredible.
nice mouthfeel.
Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this beer is a 7.5% double IPA. It's fermented with an English yeast strain, and we hop the living crap out of it, man. Some of our favorites in this beer are the Citra and Eldorado. This is the first year we've actually been able to sort of hand select our Eldorado, and this year we went for something a lot more candy forward than traditional Eldorado. For us, Eldorado has always been one of those hops that you can blend, and it'll sort of boost the aspects of other hop varietals. But this is the first year when we got to select it, and we're like, wow, this Eldorado is something else. So we've always done this beer, but it's sort of special this year because we have Citra from Peralt Farms, and I'm repping their hat today. And we've got Eldorado from BSG, and we got to pick our lot. So it's super rad.
Yeah, nice. This is great.
Shout out to Peralt Farms. Great hops. Yeah. Right?
They're the best. Jason Peralt is the grandfather of all of the hops that we've all come to know and love. Great dude, too.
Yeah.
Is it windy out there? I can hear the wind.
It's a little windy. Is it tough to hear me?
No, we can hear you, but I can hear the wind in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in sunny Illinois right now, and it's pretty windy out here. But it's nice and warm. It's like 75 degrees, so I'm trying to get some sun in while I can because it's very rare out here.
Get a little tan.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I really am.
No, this is very good.
Yeah, I know. I'm really.
I taste like a little sweet, little candy sweetness to it. That's the Eldorado hop, right? You said?
Yeah, for me, it's like almost like Jolly Ranchers. It's kind of it's like cherry Jolly Rancher, and we've done this beer for a while, and Belma's been one of those hops that we've been intrigued with for a long time. But I think this year that really candy Jolly Rancher like sweetness plays really well with the herbal, unripened strawberry flavors of Belma. To me, Belma is one of those hops that has a lot of cool unripened strawberry and fruit flavor, but it also has a lot of those traditional herbal, almost German hop characteristics, And so it's kind of it's the smallest amount in this beer, but this is the only beer we've been able to showcase it in a way that we're super happy with. You know what I mean? We haven't messed around with it much, but this is kind of one of those classic hop blends for us that we don't want to change anytime soon, and it's only going to get better as we get to select our hops to make it more, And people love the reference to that. What's that show? X-Files. They love the X-Files reference. It's our best poster for sure.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, your can art is great. I
Yeah.
love it. The other thing I wanted to point out, I mean, everyone can see this, but I love the simple tasting notes you do on the back.
Yeah.
That's great. So for this one, you've got, juice, basically juicy melon, sweet citrus, and candied berry.
Yeah,
love
there
it.
you go. There you go.
Yep.
What's grain? What's the grain build on this beer?
So we use a lot of pale malt, just 2-row brewer's malt from Brees. It's our jam. To me, like if you're gonna load your beer up full of 2-row barley, you better make it taste great. Like it better be some good tasting barley. And Brees makes some of the best base malt, in my opinion. We then load it up with a nice amount of malted oats and flaked oats, and then top it off with some white wheat, some foam, and some acid malt.
Acid malt as well.
Everything. Yep, acid malt as well. We try to keep it nice and juicy, keep the acidity slightly on the lower end, and make it super drinkable, juicy. That's the key.
Well, it definitely is drinkable.
It is.
Man, like that. I really remind me of that song. No? Okay, sorry. He's not much of a dancer. Okay. Yes, last night we're still a little kind of off because last night
we're a little off.
we were partying. We were partying until like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we were partying hard.
There was a bunch of us. We had a DJ. We're dancing, drinking, and and Todd was like dancing too. Like it was crazy.
It was. I never danced.
He didn't want to dance though. It was just like they made him
a choice. They made me dance.
Yeah, they're like, come here.
They made you dance.
Yeah. You're gonna get but yeah, lots of fun.
I was gonna fight you.
She would have.
Yeah.
And there was just one of the crazy guys, and he was like the only white guy there.
Yeah.
And
what were you guys drinking last night? Were you drinking some?
So,
Go ahead.
What were you guys drinking last night?
Oh, mostly his beer that we're ending with tonight, the Hot Boss. It's a triple.
Yeah. It was a big beer. No, we were drinking a little bit of everything. Usually, mostly our beers we're here at our headquarters here in El Segundo, California.
Yeah, I really like the art on all your cans. Tell us a little bit more about the same. Do you have different artists, or is the same one most of the time? I noticed this one is done by Dan. So.
Dan Jetsa. Dan Jetsa is our artist, and he is the only person. Well, actually, okay, there's been one other in the past that has done art for us, but Dan Jetsa is the guy, the one and only. He does phenomenal work every single time. He takes Top Butcher Vision and brings it into life, man. And we could not be happier to be working with Dan. He is not just a great artist, but he's a great person, great guy, and he goes out of his way every time to just deliver fantastic artwork. And we constantly get people talking about our artwork all the time, and it's pretty cool to be able to have that aspect with the beer,
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like the artwork on what was it, the Roar of Colors. That was awesome too. And they're all great.
Yeah, we need to get prints of that stat. And if you guys, we do have prints available all the time. He actually owns his own, he does his own printing, and he, gets this amazing paper, prints out some of the pieces that stand out, and signs them for everybody and shares them out. He does amazing work.
Nice.
I love it, man. It's simple. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that. What happened?
He dropped. He's coming back. He was getting a little.
Yeah, that wind. Maybe the wind.
Could be
Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's
outside. Yeah. He'll come back.
Or like me, sometimes I paid my bill pretty late, and
and they just cut shit
off.
off.
Cut me out. Like, what the hell, bro? And it wasn't my fault that I had no money, whatever. I just fucking forgot. You know what I mean?
Oh, you just forgot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But, you have to forget for a long time before they cut you off.
Yeah, I did forget for a long time. A month or something, whatever.
Well, hopefully
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, so we're on our own here.
Okay, all right. So he cut off. Okay, so let's
hopefully he'll come back.
What do you guys think of the beer? Let's get some.
Well, we can't answer the questions because we're not the brewer.
No, or just I don't know, maybe some. Yeah, well, you're right. What we gonna do that?
We just pretend.
We
could ask the question. No, I'm just joking.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
It's the internet, you know. Yeah, just rotating. Oh yeah, Claire's like chug. I am not chugging. No way. Not right now.
What?
Not right now.
You're Todd, bro.
Not right now.
From BeerAdvocate. Are you kidding me?
Chugged a couple times, and then after all those other
Yeah,
beers,
we got pretty hammered, bro. We got really hammered. All right. That's it. We gotta go.
Yeah.
And I said, Todd, get your ass in the car. I'm gonna take you back to your room.
Yeah, you did. That was good.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Hey, I gotta have to look out for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave you alone with all these guys here.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
You-
I would have been
I mean,
dancing.
for real.
Dancing
You would
all
have been
night.
dancing all night till 4 in the morning because they left at 4 in the morning, bro.
They left at 4.
At 4 in the morning, bro. You would have been probably passed out right there in the couch.
Probably, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's funny. You're like, oh, why didn't you just sleep on the
Yeah,
couch?
but
I was
remember, I
like,
told
no.
you there's a ghost here, bro,
And rats.
and a rat. So we'll have like a. So we'll take care of that. We can't take care of the ghost.
No.
Yeah, there's some dude like just randomly just walks here at night, man.
That's crazy. I'm glad. I'm glad.
I haven't seen him yet.
No.
But apparently a lot of people have. You know. Tell us your favorite fest story.
We're talking about one right now.
Yeah. Well, that's
The party?
the after parties.
Yeah.
That was a big time after party, man. And you know what? Remember the first time we were kicking it too over there in Compton?
Oh
When-
yeah, we had to do the chug.
Yes, and then we went to
you
the
were
taco
like-
spot at 2 in the morning.
Well, no, the first time I think I hung out with you, we were in Compton.
Yeah.
You invited me over to hang out, and I didn't know it was like a birthday party for someone.
Oh,
So,
my buddy Rick.
yeah. Once again, I'm like the only white person.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like 30.
Why is it always
It's always
Todd's always the only white guy, you know? But you know what? Like
showed up. People were like, "You eat some food, drink some beer, just give me plates of food and stuff, and taking care of me." Yeah, and I was there until like 4 in the morning. Oh, there.
Justin.
Right,
All right, man.
right.
We're trying to figure out what to do.
We were just winging it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get some help.
Don't worry, brother.
No
No
idea
worries.
why the internet went out there.
No worries. It happens.
But yeah, did you guys hear about Dan? What I was talking about with Dan? Did we get to that? Like, did
We
you
heard most of that. Yeah.
cut out?
Yeah, we hear the shout out. Yeah, great work. Before we need to, I think we got time here. Let's go ahead. You want to take some questions from the forum?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to.
Let's do that.
All right. So, what food do you like to pair with your hazies?
Oh, that's easy. I love Mexican food with my hazies. I love something spicy. I love the way peppers play off the hops. I love the way that they complement each other. But I'm also a huge fan of like thin cut, like tavern cut style pizza in beer and hazies. Like, I mean, as long as your hazy isn't like super, super creamy, you know, it's got some nice dryness to it. We do a lot of like wheat heavy hazies that we try to get nice and low finishing gravity on. And those to me, with like a slice of tavern cut pizza with some pepperoni, that's my jam. Absolutely.
Dude, hey, man, you're making me hungry, bro. The way you know, like for real, man.
Dude, I mean the tomato sauce, you know, like some hops have like especially German hops to me have like a vine ripe tomato thing going on. It's just a match made in heaven, you know what I mean?
But in all reality, hazies, you could like literally eat anything with hazies, man. Like pair it with hazies. You could have some pancakes and drink your hazy like orange juice. You know what I mean?
Some hazies. are
Oh,
so
for sure.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Buffalo wings, you know.
Buffalo wings, you name it, burgers, whatever, right?
Yep, 100%, man. You can't go wrong. It's a flavor experience with the food, and it's a flavor experience with the beer, and the way they play off each other. Love it.
Yeah,
Awesome. Let's take another
awesome.
one.
Let's take another question. All right. So someone's never heard of Belmo hops before. How'd you hear about them and chose them for this beer?
So we work a lot with this hop producer out of Michigan called Hophead Farms, and
Those guys.
Yeah.
yeah, they sent us a bunch of different varietals for samples and stuff. And you know, one of our owners heard that Belma's supposed to bring strawberry, and so he got that like stuck in his head. You know what I mean? Like he loved the idea of strawberry in a hop, and so we've been trying so hard to find a place for this hop. It's not. I think I really would like to use it in a lager. I'd like to use it in an IPL, like or a cold IPA or a dry hopped lager, any of those things. But it's tough to use a large amount of it to get that strawberry profile to come through, but to also take away some of that herbal like spiciness that it brings. So we've been, you know, Belma's been on our list for a long time. And when we first made this beer, it was kind of like, you know, like, can we pair it with Citra, which is going to bring that creamy, classic, like, Citra, saltwater taffy salinity with, like, that dank, cleaner mango. Like, it's awesome. Right? But it's not going to get in the way. It's not going to be too dank to get in the way of that subtle Belma character. And so when we did it for the first time, we knew we were kind of onto something. And it's definitely a hop that I would say, like, I would love to explore, like a blonde ale or something really light, something where, you know, you can actually showcase the hop.
Yes.
And
a lager.
Yeah, lager, like I said earlier. But I also kind of like the idea of maybe doing like a really light, like sour IPA base with, you know, maybe get some oak in there, you know, subtle flavors that will pair with the Belma.
Yeah, I've never used this hop either. I've heard of it, but I might try it out and see what we can make out of this. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Take another one.
All right, let's get another question.
All right, guys. Read the bottom of the can.
Oh,
yeah. What'd you guys get?
Okay, it says fly me to the moon.
Oh, okay. It says fly me to the moon?
Yeah, we were flying real high yesterday to the moon.
we were on the moon.
Drinking triple IPA all night. Yeah, you were.
We were on the moon.
Yes, we were.
Guys, my can says Racona forever.
Nice.
Ramona?
Is it Ramona or Racona?
Yeah, Ramona. I think, that's what I
don't know what Racona is.
Well, I don't know who Racona is.
I don't know what Racona is either, but I mean,
it's all good, brother.
Here's a challenge for everyone listening right now, and if you listen afterwards, go into the booth, Fred, for these guys, and write down what's at the bottom of your can.
Yeah,
different messages. Yeah,
you guys all have "I Want to Believe" right now in front of you, right? Like, check out what it says.
I want to believe in Ramona.
I do too. Not Racona.
Cool.
I have some other cans over here, guys. I got some other Hop Butcher cans. This one says
thick slice,
and it's deeper dish, you know.
Oh yeah.
I saw that.
I got some Kielbasa King. Just came out this week. Let's see what.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
That's some pretty nice artwork, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I love the art.
A fair and just king.
Nice. Who comes up with all these little quotes or whatever?
It's the packaging crew. Like they will go on a tangent, and it will just be, it'll be whatever they're feeling that day.
That's awesome.
And I bet you Ramona Forever is a Beverly Cleary shout out, and I just pronounced it Racona because
that was all good.
Blame that on the print job there.
Well, cool. We got time for another.
Yes, we can do it. Do you guys have an open tap room? We're thinking about a brewery road trip, and we'd love to stop in.
So currently, we are still a brewery that is alt prop, and we do not have our own tap room yet. We will tap beer infrequently at the brewery that we that hosts us.
Mm-hmm.
Do it on Tuesdays. It's called Taco Tuesday. We will tap whatever beer we're canning, literally fresh off the line that day, and we'll serve pints. And that's really the only way to get us right now. But all over Chicagoland, if you guys come to Chicagoland, you can find our beer on draft. We do sixtels all the time. You can find it on our website. You can see where we are, where we're currently pouring beer, and on Untapped, you can see where it's pouring. But unfortunately, we do not have our own place right now. We don't have our own tap room, but we have plans for the future.
Yes. And I'm sure with this beer, you guys keep making this beer, those plans are going to be real good.
Some really good plans.
Yes.
Nice.
For sure. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. Right.
Let's think. We got time for another one.
Salud.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is such a great beer. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come up with the brewery's name?
Mm-hmm.
So it comes from a Carl Sandburg poem. The original poem it's called Chicago. It's people use that poem all the time to describe Chicago. It's called Chicago, the city of broad shoulders, stacker of wheat, hog butcher for the world, you know, because we used to have that the stockyards where they would be butchering meat all the time. And so the owners thought that You know, like we could play off something that is so historically and meaningful to Chicago and insert what is so like historical and meaningful for us, which is hops. And so actually, it's actually a play on hog butcher for the world. It's hop butcher for the world.
All right. Yeah.
You know, like we don't just want to be, we want to have a big foothold in Chicago. We want Chicago to be important, but obviously, you know, there's a bigger world out there, and we want to make beer for everybody, you know?
That's right. All right. So we got one more question.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. Yeah. Supporting you guys. You were South Loop Company.
Yeah.
That first batch of Colombian coffee exposition stout was sublime. Where do you see you guys going next? Any plans for your own place? But most importantly, when is Colombian coffee exposition stout coming back?
You know, big shout out to F Barber. I see you on the forums all the time, and I see you, you know, sending some Hot Butcher goodies to people all across the Beer Advocate world. So I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you. I want you to know that.
Me too. He's a good dude.
What I will say is that I can't really talk about any of the plans we have upcoming, but just know that they are in fact upcoming. All right. And second of all, World's Colombian Coffee Exposition is one of our favorite beers. It's an old school Russian Imperial Stout, right? So it's not for everybody, and it's not for the faint of heart.
Mm-hmm.
We love doing it. You know, this year we decided to rock like sort of an Imperial Pastry Stout version with coffee and toffee, which came out probably a month and a half ago, maybe a little longer, a little less. But that doesn't mean that we won't release World's Colombian Coffee Expedition. It's a beer that we've been making since we were South Loop, and you know, it's got a place in our hearts too. And I can't guarantee we'll make it this year, but it's, you know, it's gonna be made soon. Like it's gonna be made again. You know, like I feel like if we don't, I'll be disappointed personally. You know.
All right.
I would love to chug it.
Yeah, you'd love to chug it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love to chug it.
Yeah, I'm known for chugging a couple beers here and there.
Yeah.
All right. I've been known to chug some beers here and there.
Justin, thank you so much.
Yeah,
great beer.
Yeah, delicious.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me out here and for sharing some Hot Butcher for the world with the world. Really appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We've already finished it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna.
Dude, I'm like earlier I was 80%, dog. Now I'm like 95.
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean? Just one more, dog. You know what I mean? And I think I'm
okay. Well, we got one more coming up right now.
I'm actually getting hot already. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ready, dog.
All right. So we got DC Brau coming up.
Oh, DC Brau. Okay.
Sticky Fine.
Yeah.
And we got Jeff joining us. So
awesome.
And so we'll see you in a couple. Go grab your Sticky Fine. That sounded weird.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Jeff.
I love this guy.
I'm mute.
You're muted, I think.
Yeah, you're muted.
There we go. What up, fellas?
Hey,
What's
how
up,
are you,
Jeff?
man? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Likewise. I know I'm rocking my animal chin, kind of old school Powell Peralta vibe right now.
Love it. I love it.
And yeah, I want to say happy anniversary, man. Happy Big Ten, right?
Thank you. Yeah, this past April 15th was our 10-year mark. I guess that would be considered almost a legacy brand in this this day and age.
I think so. Yeah, that's awesome though.
All right. DC Brau.
Yeah.
We need a beer. There you go.
Sticky Fine. We got our beer.
There you go.
Here are the beers.
Sticky Find. Okay. I love the name. The artwork looks real nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, we like to have fun and kind of trip it out, get a little psychedelic on the labels here.
Yeah, start with the name. Tell us about the name of this beer.
Sticky Find, yeah. So, first off, thanks for making us a part of the fest. We basically came up with Sticky Find for the fest. So we had some limited cases available at the brewery, but primarily the bulk of the production went to the BeerAdvocate IPA Fest fans. So cheers on that. But it was inspired by our great hardcore scene here in DC. Myself, my two other partners, Brandon Skull, and the other woman happens to be my wife, Mari.
Yeah.
So based off of Civ Fisted Find, which was an old Fugazi song.
Yep.
And so we kind of rounded it out and tried to go hardcore with the hops and represent a proper hazy from a little bit further south around the Mason-Dixon line. So
cheers to that.
Cheers to that, man.
Cheers. I'm gonna do this gratuitous like reveal pour and try not to fuck up my computer in the process.
I heard like 5 different hops.
5 different hops, 3.5 pounds per barrel.
Yeah, so we've done some fun some fun hazy stuff at the brewery, but this was kind of the first the first foray into the upper echelon of doing crazy amounts of hops. But yeah, 5 hops, 3 continents, 1 Australian variety, 1 New Zealand variety, and then 3 right here in the US.
Nice. Nicely balanced too.
Well, yeah, super balanced.
Yeah.
And
8%.
8%, yeah. So we're using like a fun, it's a great yeast for the New England style, but it actually was kind of copped from a West Coast brewery. We do it a little bit higher than like most of our ales. Most of our ales are like that solid 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So we cranked this one up to like 70, 71 just to get a little more fruit, not to get into that bubblegum range.
Mm-hmm.
But also to kind of help accent these hops. We were going for definitely those nice fruity notes, but also for me, I'm a fan of just big melon flavors. And I think for this one, it's a little bit more of a left turn from your standard hazy offerings, and it's definitely a little bit more melony, a little more sessionable as far as hops go, in my opinion.
Yeah, I taste like a little bit of like cantaloupe, it's melon. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so the hops we used in it are let me go to my crib notes right here. So we used Citra Incognito in the Whirlpool. So it was definitely, we tried to get as close to a 0. I'm still uncomfortable with the term 0 IBU because there's always IBUs at some point, unless you're really careful of, taking that Whirlpool temp down to below your 170 degrees. But we use Citra Incognito in the Whirlpool, which is basically just kind of an extracted citra resin. It's a product of Haas's. They're a great hop supplier. And then basically it went straight to dry hops. For the first round, we had Enigma from Australia, Meridian from the Pacific Northwest, which both kind of had like an interesting red currant, tropical berry, Pinot Gris kind of grape vibe. And then on the second one, we definitely kind of amped it up. We went with Pacific Sunrise, which is a new New Zealand variety, which has a heavy melon, heavy mango. We went with Zappa, which is basically the Humulus lupulus neo-mexicanus that there's been a lot of chat about. We were able to get our hands on some of that, which was great. And then to round it out was a new aroma variety from Hopsteiner called Sultana, which has a huge like pineapple note. And, when I think about it, it's like opening up, like a can of preserved pineapple chunks that you're going to obviously cook with or making a drink. And that's kind of like the profile I get from the beer. So we're super proud with it.
How do you, handle like getting 5 different hop varieties playing well together in a beer like this?
Yeah.
It was definitely, I'll be the first to say, kind of like a bit of a chaos factor, because obviously, like you have one variable with, just say like a single dry hop beer or a single hop beer, like in a scratch context. And obviously you can manipulate that with like, oh, am I doing a warm dry hop versus cooler versus cold? And then, obviously add 4 more variants in the form of 4 more hops to that. Based on like the knowledge, I've literally worked with 2 out of these 3 hops, so it was a bit of a crapshoot. But liking what I saw from like the Sultana and the Pacific Sunrise, which has really gotten me excited. I definitely wanted those along with Zappa coming through in that second dry hop. So we figured the first round was going to be, it's like if you think of it in terms of an orchestra, it was going to be like the supporting, like maybe strings and woodwinds, and then you're going to have the remaining 3 is kind of the beefy aspect of it, the beefy end.
That's a good
that's a good way to put it.
Good way to put it, man.
I like it.
I'm not much of a orchestra guy, but it sounds just right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, dude, I love this guy, man. I love this guy, dude. Yeah. Jeff,
we're keeping it DC. We can grow our own here. So I'm just getting down with that DC flower, baby.
That's right. Hey, do you mind? I'm sure you chugged the beer here and there, right?
Oh yes, most definitely. I will admit though, I am a terrible chugger. There is some video proof on like the social medias, but I'm down to chug. As painful it will be to watch me.
Is there proof of how awful you are, or just of you chugging? Because I'm hoping for the
there is proof. We recently we've been playing around with cannabis terpenes from a supplier that makes water soluble or water emulsified terpenes. So we recently launched a product called Terpene Rainbow. And I did a little bit on that, but I was chugging our public pale ale, which was the first beer we brewed when we first opened back in April 15th on 2011 tax day. And I was chugging it from the can, and I'm not gonna lie, man, my facial expressions make it look like I'm giving birth. I'm not, I'm loving the chug, but it's painful. So it is out there.
Never chug.
I'm gonna ask you, is it cool with you? We'll do a chug right now of this beer.
Hell yeah, I'm in that.
A little chug, just a little bit, not a lot,
Well, a little bit more.
Oh, good. I appreciate the handicap, man. I'm a handicap motherfucker.
Hey, man, I like your style, brother. All right, man. Well, let's do the chug in honor of Jeff and DC Brau.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Beer.
Here's to BeerThugLife and BeerAdvocate and all y'all amazing people out there.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Cheers.
Bomb. Yeah, he does make a weird facial expression, dog.
We got it recorded now.
It's being recorded. It's being recorded.
I mean, now y'all got the video proof, so do what you want with it.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, man. Chugging is not for everyone. I understand.
I wish I could chug. It's something I aspire to do better in life.
Well, people make fun of the chugs, like why are you chugging that really good beer,
dude?
You can't. You're missing out on the sort of the
yeah.
But I take issue with that, because when you chug that like a big volume of beer, you get you get hit with a ton of flavors.
Yes.
All at once. Like,
that's what people don't understand, man. Like, exactly.
I just got blasted with that beer. I mean, it's so good.
You still try the beer. You actually do taste it, just because it goes down your throat in fucking 2 seconds and shit,
Yeah. Right. It's kind of like a reverse sensory. Like, you take a little bit, you're normally swishing around in your mouth, cover all, the areas on the tongue to get your sweet, salty, all those things. But when you chug, you have that first burp from the chug. So it's like reverse sensory, where you're still processing all of it, because you're definitely burping out of your nose a little bit with, as well as your mouth. And then I'm just like, oh man, that was glorious right there.
Hell yeah.
They got to include that in the Cicerone. Right?
Yeah. And when you burp it, you also taste it and smell it.
It should be part of the Cicerone training. You have to start chugging beers now.
Dude, you know how much flack I got from people like in the beginning when I was chugging? And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna chug. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the thing. That's what's beautiful about it. It's like, everyone gets the same ticket with the beer, and then like make your own ride up. There's
That's
no
right,
rules
that's
to it.
right.
There's no rules to it.
All right, man. So let's get some questions from the audience.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
All right. So looking forward to trying this one on the way.
Yeah.
Armageddon is one of my favorite beers.
Mine too. It's a really good beer.
Great stuff. Still remember buying a 6-pack of the Public a few days after the launch.
Nice.
Growth of the local beer brewing scene since you founded DC Brau surprised you?
I would say it hasn't. I think I was I was hoping that it would get to this place, and I'm glad it has. And thankfully, I'm glad we could pave the way with getting some pesky legislation kind of knocked out of the way. And then, paving the way for, breweries like 3 Stars, Atlas, Hellbender, Blue Jacket. It's great. It's great to have all the local color. Everyone's doing, their best riff on classic styles, on innovation, on more current styles like fruited sours and hazy. So I'm very happy the way it's came out.
Nice.
There's also a new brewery over there now in DC, right? Other half one over there too, right?
Other half, yeah. They got the first. Well, I know they have a couple locations in New York, but yeah, they're over in Ivy City, pretty close to Atlas, about 5 minutes away from us. So we're stoked to have them in the neighborhood, man.
Brother-in-law's brewer there.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he's a brewer over there at Other
Oh,
half.
hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go pay him a visit soon. So if I'm gonna go over there, I'm definitely make it a point to come see you guys too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, please do. Please reach out. I'd love to show you a good night.
That's right. Love it too, man. I would like to smoke some and drink some with you.
Absolutely. We're very versed in DC's unofficial official flower around here. So
Yeah,
Nice.
no stress there.
You already know here in Cali, I grow my stuff too here. A couple.
Oh hell yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Cali's the gold standard, right?
Right. We got
another. Yeah.
Let's take the next question.
All right. I noticed the color is a little darker than most hazies. What's your secret?
Oh, so not to get too technical here, but this was so we have 2 brew houses at DC Brau. We have our original 15-barrel system, and then we have a newer 40 hectoliter German-made system. And so the smaller kettle, just due to the kind of physical dynamics of the way the boil kettle is laid out, we typically do a lighter grain bill because we'll pick up anywhere between 3 to 6 SRM in the boil. So that's why it's a little bit darker in color. But, it was a pretty, I would say, standard, can't do a hazy wrong malt bill. Our base malt, bunch of, malted wheat, flaked oats. And like I mentioned earlier, and a nice yeast strain that kind of complements that. But that's why the beer is a little bit darker.
Right.
There you go. Good.
It's a nice color though.
Yeah,
Nice color.
it was a nice color.
Mhm.
Chugged.
I mean, it's gone though now.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck, man.
I know. I'm always like, should I add some caramel, like maybe a touch? But I'm glad I held off. I'm glad the judicious thought process was used.
This is just right, brother. Just right.
Yeah. All right, let's take another one.
All right. What a fun flavor profile, and then there's an explosion of joy at the end. Which
I love
I like that explosion of joy.
Wow. What does that do to?
I will say primarily the TLC we put into all our beers at the brewery, and this one in particular, like I said, being an owner now for 10 years, I don't get a whole lot of spins in the brew houses, so to speak. So the 15 barrel, when this opportunity came up, I put my own personal touch on this and kind of I definitely let my brewers have a lot of creative freedom, but I was just like, this is my stamp. This is what we're following on this one. So this has got the rub of the almost 20 years in the biz now owner from DC Brau, but definitely a lot of thought process went into the dry hop schedule and trying to get that really melony flavor out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
right.
Let's take another.
Let's take another one.
Talk about incognito and what the benefits are versus regular.
Oh man, okay. I was hoping this one was going to come up. So obviously, being a massive pothead, the way like they're extracting THC and all those beautiful terpenes and resins from weed, you're seeing that paralleled in the beer industry too with these hop products because for those that know, and it's probably a pretty educated crowd on this podcast, but it's a they're kind of kissing cousins. They like, the lupulin glands and hops are very similar to the the THC and CBD and terpene glands and weed, but so the Citra Incognito, so the benefit is you get all that flavor almost times 2, but you don't get the vegetal matter of the hops.
Mm-hmm.
So that turns into being able to get more of a yield when you go to package the beer. So it's a twofold benefit. And, the flavors are so intense. And a lot of times those resins from those extracts, when they make it through to the final product, they really help with head retention, with lacing. And that makes the beer show better from an aroma standpoint. So, when you crack that beer and you pour it, and I always recommend, like, we need to get at least an inch or a half inch ahead on the beers we pour, because that's where all the magic is happening. It's all in that aroma. It's all in that foam. I respect the sexy still pours and the crazy glassware, but man, you gotta pour a beer and get a little bit ahead on that.
Of course.
Agreed.
The only difference, like some people say 2 fingers, 3 fingers, or 1 finger, but hey, right? I mean,
At least a finger.
At least
Yeah.
a finger.
At least the finger, yeah.
All right. Awesome.
I dig it.
We could probably make a really inappropriate bumper sticker with that. So
At least a finger, right?
You have to now. You have to.
Not 1, not 2, but make time, whatever. Okay.
All right.
Next
So,
question.
Next question.
I have to ask, West Coast versus East Coast. Do you believe in these hazy days?
I mean, I definitely do. I'll be the first to admit, like, when the hazy style first came about, just being like a classically trained brewer where you're filtering everything unless it's like a bottle conditioned beer or like a German style Hefeweizen. But the haze is definitely here to stay. I mean, you get such a honest expression of hops. I mean, it's unmatched. And I used to think like, oh, this is just brewers like pushing out unfinished beer because they got to pay bills, because I was in that situation too. But but then versus West Coast, like West Coast is like, I mean, I feel there's so much overlap with the IPA styles, but West Coast is kind of its own beautiful animal where it's like it's a filtered product, but it's definitely not lacking in hops and hop profile. It just might be more little traditional, where like the tropical fruits are kind of more balanced with like your piney and herbal and spicy notes.
Yes.
You get from like traditional styles. But they're both here to stay and they're not going anywhere. And I'm glad to see a little bit more attention being put into kind of the West Coast IPAs. So.
Awesome. All
We
right.
got time for one more question.
One more question.
We're going Gangnam style here. Gangnam.
When trying something new like this, especially with so many hop varieties, do you do a small, like a test batch, or you just go all in and hope it turns out?
I would say that's one of the fun aspects about DC Brau, and one of the kind of like, let's throw some caution to the wind and take a risk. Most of the beers we do are not piloted at a smaller batch level. Once again, like I got a lot of chops and a lot of years in the game, so it's like a good chef, like you give them 5 ingredients from any given continent and they're going to make a great dish. And so that's kind of my approach to the beer. I definitely do sensory on the hops. I do like, a hot hop steep, a cold hop steep. So sensory is definitely a part of it from a hop standpoint, but the malt is a little bit easier to sort out because we know what makes these beer styles great, specifically hazies. It's all these dextrins that you get from the adjuncts that help carry these hop aromas. So I was banking on that, and then just kind of figuring out the the arrangement of the dry hops. It's kind of like you invite a party, who's first in line, who's fifth in line, and then you go from there.
Oh, hey, man,
awesome.
that was awesome,
Yeah.
man, for real, man.
So
Real
good
great
to-
beer.
yeah.
Real
So
great
good
beer.
to see you again too.
Likewise, I hope to have a beer with y'all in person as soon as we fucking can.
Yeah,
We will.
exactly,
We will.
exactly.
We'll do in person.
Thank you
soon
so
and
much,
then-
Jeff. Shout out to DC Brau, and you
Yeah.
guys be safe out there.
Cheers to the next 10, man.
We were. Cheers. Yeah, we're getting ready to open up our tap room in beginning of June. We've been closed all throughout COVID. And for those that aren't into beer, we do a lot of really dope seltzers. So come by and see us. Oh, sorry. We do a lot of great hazy IPAs. Either way, we're happy to have people back at the beginning of June. And thanks for letting us be a part of the fest. It was a pleasure making a unique offering for all the amazing fans out here that appreciate quality beer and fucking IPA.
There you go, man.
All right, brother.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Appreciate it all. Cheers.
Say hey to everyone over there too.
All right, man.
Awesome.
Dude, that dude's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love Jeff.
He didn't care. He just started fucking blaming.
Yeah, I love all
dude,
those guys.
love it,
That was
man.
great. Yeah.
Fucking hey, man.
That was good stuff. So we're about to do a little break.
I
just want to do it. Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Yeah.
Let's do a big, shout out again to our partner, Halftime.
Halftime.
We couldn't do these events without them.
Of course, man. They did a wonderful job, man.
Yep.
Wonderful
So
job.
thank you again to Halftime for helping us make this happen.
All right.
All right. Break time.
Break.
We'll be back. All right.
We've been a father and son family-owned business for nearly 20 years. When guests walk into Halftime Beverage for the first time and see only beer and cider, they're in heaven. We were early adapters in pioneering a place specifically for people who loved craft beer and cider. Shelves lined with 4,000 to 5,000 choices, hundreds of styles, some 800 breweries from 80 countries. Craft enthusiasts appreciate intelligent dialogue with our cicerones. Our passion for the industry is front and centered. We keep abreast of the industry's growth, especially the local breweries in our own neighborhood. Our online website takes orders from over 38 states. We introduce new products to the marketplace with regular tastings, dinners, and festivals. At Halftime Beverage, our entire focus is on beer and cider.
So all right.
Hey, hi Tyler.
What's going on, guys?
Tyler, Lamplighter Brewing Company. How you doing,
Yeah,
brother?
yeah. Good to see you. You guys have been at it for a while, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been at it for a while. He had to do like a costume change here.
Yeah, you know, I
Yeah.
feel myself now. I was at 80%. Now I'm at 100% now, brother.
100%, yeah. That's very
good.
BeerThugLife is back.
So my old they're in my old stomping grounds,
grounds?
Cambridge. Yeah,
Cambridge.
I lived right around the corner on Norfolk for a
Oh, no
long
way.
Yeah, I lived in Central Square for a very long time, over like around 20 or so years.
Oh, crap. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice. Yeah, that's 5 minutes away.
yeah.
I thought for a long time it was Cambridge, but then you corrected me. It says Cambridge.
It's Cambridge.
Okay.
It's all right.
Anyways,
You can call it whatever you want.
beer name, a beer. Let's get some beer right here, man.
Rabbit.
All right.
Rabbit. All right.
So tell us, let's just go like with the last one we did. The name. What's behind this name, Rabbit?
I believe it's something that's said at the first of every month as like a good luck charm that Kayla, one of the founders, came up with the name. We originally brewed this beer in 2016 as Jackalope. And we did maybe 3 batches of that and then got a friendly cease and desist. So we changed it. We rack them up. We do a good job collecting those.
And this is just by coincidence, but Britt just reminded us today is the first of the month.
Yeah. Rabbit. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So it's the first one?
Yeah, it's May 1st.
Ah, man.
Welcome to the month.
Yeah, May
Can't
Day.
pay the fucking bills. Anyways, yeah. So let's do this, man.
Oh man.
Woo. All right. It looks nice. Nice color.
Yeah. This is definitely on the American side of like New England style IPAs. It's got a kind of a slight balance to it with a hint of a back end bitterness, but the body's still there to be kind of juicy and fruit forward. Balanced all with the booziness of it too. So yeah, we
very juicy. Very juicy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We in Cambridge we got some pretty salty water to work with anyway, so it lines up perfectly for us.
So it says you're using used Citra, Amarillo, and Idaho 7 hops.
Yeah. It's Whirlpool is Idaho 7, Columbus, and Citra, and then dry hop is Eldorado, Mosaic, and Citra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. There's no Amarillo in it, so I'm not too sure.
I'm just going by the what was sent in. So
and the label that I'm looking at too. So
like we're looking at the label. You know, he's looking at his notes.
Looking at the notes that were submitted.
I'm looking at the recipe. So
this is a lighter, just a tad bit lighter than your regular hazies. What's your grain bill on this beer?
Yeah, this is 2-row, a little bit of carapils, and some oats, and actually some red wheat, kind of keep it nice and soft. But yeah, the maybe 5% oats and 10% wheat, and then mostly made up with that 2-row there. But yeah, it's certainly on the brighter side. And then we do some American IPAs that we use a little bit of a slightly darker crystal than a Carapils or something. So try and get a little more of that kind of lighter toffee notes.
I'm just curious about, so we heard another brewer earlier talk, they used white wheat, using red wheat. Can you talk about including, even like you said, 10%, including that much? What does wheat do? And what are the differences between like a red and a white and others?
Ooh, yeah, no, that's a really good question. And also like winter versus summer wheat too. There's a lot of big differences there. I maybe 3 years ago I could have answered this a lot more poetically, but I'm pretty sure red wheat is it gives that kind of like soft, high protein mouthfeel, and your white wheat is going to give you more of that kind of those bready, malty flavors, and like drier as well. And it's a little less protein. Not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure that's where that's at. And then the winter versus summer, I believe winter wheat has a higher protein as well. Because it is grown in colder months, so it builds up more of a protein content. So it all depends on what you're going for with the finished beer. if you're brewing like a clean German wheat beer, then you might want to use some white wheat. But if you want that kind of like full bodied and like haziness from a wheat, then you might go with some red wheat or something.
Okay, red wheat.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Really?
I like
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Rabbit. So what's the percentage of this?
Oh, this one's 8.5. So we're
We're
leveling up.
just getting higher and higher and higher.
Certainly,
I love the simplicity of the label,
Yeah.
but it's nice and clean, you know?
Yeah, a lot of our artwork really kills it. It keeps that kind of clean aesthetic, and it pops at the same time. It's I think they do a good job at the brewery of our branding team of designing labels. Oh man, you're gonna have to change your outfit again.
I'm good.
So,
yeah, I'm all right.
you'll be all right.
I'm gonna lick it off.
Yeah. So how are things doing Lamplighter these days? I mean, I think last time it was a while. It's been years, but I were enjoying. You had a really awesome coffee beer, but it was like a lighter style. It might have been like
It's an English. It's funny. It's brewed to be an English best bitter. But we dilute it with coffees to the point where it's now mild in terms of like English beer classifications. However, English mild on a label doesn't really sell very well, so we just put golden ale with coffee, and to not confuse people or anything. But it is sort of your English style mild. Made with coffee, and it's called Cuppa. We just brewed another batch of it, and it's a delicious beer. I really enjoy every time we make that. And it's nice when it's pre-diluted too, as like a best bitter. We've sent it away to the what's that cask festival, the GB, Great Britain. We sent some casks over there and gotten some good feedback on it, and it's a fun beer. We just brewed it again with some Barrington coffee roasters Vienna roast.
Nice.
And we mess around with a bunch of different coffee roasts in the beer, and we kind of try and highlight the different effects that coffee can have on the beer profile.
That's cool. Yeah, they have a great spot. If you're ever in Cambridge, they have
really good. Like I said, Cambridge. I've never Cambridge yet.
But it's an old auto shop, and for years we'd walk by like on our way down to like CBC or something, and we'd be like, that'd be an awesome spot for a brewery. And
bam, there goes Lamplighter Brewing, right?
Yeah. No, it is a great spot. It's an old garage called Metric Systems.
Right.
They used to work on like German and European cars. So we brew a Goza called Metric Systems still.
Nice.
So you guys brew pretty much every style? I mean, out there?
Yeah, I mean,
focus on like
not every style. When we certainly try and do styles correctly, or pay tribute to the history that comes to what beer is. And then we sorry, my clock is going. It's my grandfather's grandfather clock.
Oh, all right.
Wow. Yeah, that's a cool. Yeah, love it, man.
But we certainly live by the philosophy of we have a tap room in the middle of Cambridge, and not everybody in the city of Cambridge wants to get an IPA. Certainly IPAs sell the best for us, and they sell the best for a lot of breweries right now, but we want every beer drinker in Cambridge to be able to come into our tap room and try a beer and have a beer that they might like to enjoy too. So we mess around with like all different kinds of German lagers and American lagers and British style beers and dark malty beers, lighter malty beers. We have a pretty expansive mixed culture barrel program as well. So we're always putting out some wild and funky stuff. And so we do mess around with a lot of styles, and it's we try and keep things interesting, but at the same time brew beer that people like and come back for. And I think we've made almost 100 batches of Rabbit so far, so it is our second most popular beer by far.
Oh, really?
Well, I will definitely come back and drink some more of this beer.
Oh, nice, Cool.
Good. Very good.
I
Very
like
good.
this beer a lot.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Feels definitely.
Dude, I'm back. I'm back, bro.
Yeah, you are.
I'm fucking back. we had a party last night, after the first session and everything, and Todd was dancing the night away.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't think I have a 1-year-old, so I don't think I've stayed up past 11:30 in quite some time, especially in a pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Hey, but you know what? I used to have kids too. Well, I still do. I still do, but they were adults now. You know what I mean?
Adults now, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hear you.
man.
Got a 5-year-old. I'm usually up at like 5 or 6 to try to get some work done, but otherwise I'm up at 7 or 6:37 no matter what. So
yeah.
Where
are you guys out of right now?
We're in El Segundo,
California.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is our headquarters right here. This is where we have like our office and warehouse where we keep our beer and shit like that.
Nice.
You want to take some questions from
Let's take some questions from the forum.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right.
Is it true that all the founders went to brewing school together? I'm lucky to be near you guys, and every beer I've had has been on point. Consistently great beer. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. I appreciate the compliment there. So the founders, AC and Kayla, they went to Middlebury together. And then they did that Siebel course, the concise Siebel course together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had met them when they had a, brewery business plan and everything, and we're looking for buildings and everything. And I think once we saw that Metric Systems building, we all fell in love, and we're just like, it has to be here. And then, as soon as that got locked in, we kind of walked down the street to Cambridge Brewing Company and like asked Will for our blessing, and went from there. But yeah, no, Kayla and AC went to the Siebel together after graduating Middlebury before starting the brewery, and then I went to American Brewers Guild in Vermont through Steve Parks' program.
Yeah, Steve's great.
Yeah, Steve's the best. Yeah, he certainly keeps me, or his philosophy has had a big impact on how I view, styles of beer, and the fact that he stresses so much on paying respect to why beer has become what it is, and there's a history and a tradition to it, and there's a reason these are styles of beers, because they've been made so well for so long that, but yeah, no, excellent program. But yeah, no, that worked in the brewing industry for about 6 or 7 years before meeting them, and just kind of went from there.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
So sort of is the answer to the question.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
All right. Next question.
All right, what's the story behind the name of your brewery?
Mm-hmm.
That's another good question. When AC and Kayla moved to Boston, they really liked the old gas lamps that you see around certain areas of Boston, Beacon Hill and Charlestown and stuff. And they just always thought Lamplighter was a cool name for a brewery. So I think the lamp logo it's on the bottom of the can there. It used to be more like of a prominent logo for us, and now it's kind of like a secondary logo. Yeah, there it is. So the Lamplighter is just kind of we ran from there, and then hopefully someday we can put like a gas lamp out front.
That'd be cool.
And Boston has so much like history, right?
Yeah.
So much. Isn't it one of the 13 original colonies, right?
In Massachusetts, yeah.
OG. Yeah.
There's a
Go ahead.
There's a lot of old architecture around here and old buildings that are just kind of, Todd, I'm sure a lot of history in the streets and stuff, and like so yeah, it's cool. I mean, you could be walking down the street, especially in Cambridge, like and you see a house that used to be a farmhouse from the 18th century, just tucked between two like modern condos. So yeah, it's an old area, that's for sure.
Yeah, my wife and I used to live in the Cambridge Historical Society building on a.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was. We stayed there, kind of like I did IT stuff, we kind of we had like chores and stuff we had to do, but we got to stay there for free for a while. It was,
That's amazing. That's awesome.
The walls were all made of. They still had the original walls, which were made out of like horsehair.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We had all the windows. Like they didn't want to touch anything.
Right. Yeah.
During the winter, it was brutal because when you're
Cold,
sitting down on the couch, when you looked at the window, you could see there's a gap between the wall and the window. You could see right outside. It was always
Cold as hell.
Oh, that must have been so cold.
On what they could do as far as like fencing the building, but it was
yeah.
Second, I believe it was like the second oldest house, in Cambridge. It was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Isn't that the school Harvard over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harvard, MIT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son was going to go either to Harvard or Princeton, and he went to Princeton. Yeah.
And
Good
these guys are right in the middle, like basically MIT on one side, Harvard on the other side. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cambridge is a weird layout. Everything's diagonal. So it's like, we're in between this like diamond of all these like 4 major squares in Cambridge.
Cool.
I would love to visit there.
You should. Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
Take another one.
Let's take another question. What's your desert island IPA that's not your own? Oh, okay. What's your desert island IPA that's not your own, and why?
Desert Island?
Desert. Sorry, desert. Sorry,
Well,
I'm Mexican American. I have a little accent, sorry.
We could answer both questions though. Desert and Desert Island.
That's good. I like that. All right.
All right.
Desert Island IPA that's not my own. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good question. Man, I'm gonna go with either Flower Child CBC or Lunch Maine Beer Co. Yeah, just kind of like you're more drier, cleaner American, not so much West Coast, but like Americans doing, or sorry, New Englanders doing West Coast IPAs in like the early mid 2000s, kind of your New England take on an American IPA is my kind of more drinkable style, and something I like to appreciate more these days.
Very cool.
But
what's your
Desert
Desert Island? What would that be?
Yes.
I want to visit.
Yeah, tell me more about this Desert Island.
I thought he was talking about like those milkshake IPAs.
Yeah, like Candyland. Like a Candyland or a beer game.
All right, so we're on Desert Island.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, I don't even know. Oh God.
Don't worry, you don't have to answer, man.
No, yeah, this question's giving me anxiety. I'm not gonna answer.
All right, cool. We'll take another one then.
I appreciate it, Todd.
Great beer though. Very, very good beer.
All right, this is great. How do you keep the salt in the Cambridge water from ruining the beer?
Oh man, it makes the beer.
It makes it. So you leave it in.
Exactly.
That's a good question, and a well-informed Cambridge resident right there, or at least water profile. The Cambridge water, or the Cambridge Reservoir, runs right next to 95 in Weston and Lincoln. So it's not a sexy story, but it's road salt that runs off from the roads that populates our water profile with sodium and chloride. Much like your Gatorade or Pedialyte, adds a lot of salty sweetness. And in New England IPAs, that makes a big deal in terms of that juicy body. So it in multi beers too, not only New England IPAs, but like a porter with some sodium and some chloride versus a porter with some completely blank water is going to taste more sweeter and full bodied and kind of chocolatier and like more like cake almost. And it's the same thing like adding salt to your cooking when you're, seasoning a dish you're making, you're bringing out those flavors a little more. Yeah. So what it does in malty beers or in hoppy beers is it brings out those, those sugary flavors like, chocolate cake or toffee or light fruits or peaches, or in this case, mangoes and melons and stuff. And I like to say this beer kind of tastes like pink strawberries sometimes. So Yeah, the water profile in Cambridge is it's inhibiting for certain styles, and we certainly try and get around it.
That's a good term.
It is, yeah. It's a challenge sometimes. It's a bit of a hurdle if you're trying to do something that you want to be super clean or dry, or like a dry, crisp lager. We really have to try hard when we make Giants Under the Sun, our Munich style Helles, to perceive it as like just malty enough to give you that kind of biscuit note, but it's still dry and crisp and drinkable. Because if you can imagine drinking too many Gatorades or something, like it starts to get a little bit too much for you. So I think it adds a really nice profile to our beers, the Cambridge water. It's really nice.
It is a very good beer.
Yeah.
Man.
We got time for one more question.
Cool.
Is there a certain style you haven't brewed yet that you still want to try?
Ooh. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to answer this question in two different ways. There's a style that I've been brewing that I really want to finish. And that we've done 4, almost 5. We're planning the 5th now. Batches of kind of like a turbid mash lambic style. It's not spontaneously fermented, so it wouldn't be considered by any means a traditional method. Yeah. But it is sort of like that Seine Valley concept that I'm going for. And we've got 3 batches aging in barrels and 1 batch in our fooder. And just the 3rd and 4th batch are really coming along nicely. So I'm getting very excited about that. And I'm really looking forward to expanding more on those and diving deeper into that sort of history and style and tradition as well, and seeing if I can check off more of those boxes in terms of how things are traditionally done. But yeah, no, I focus a lot on our barrel. We have about 250 barrels and 4 fooders, so a lot of my headspace is devoted to blending and what's going on in our barrel program and everything. Yeah, I've wanted to. Funny answer to this question is I've really wanted to brew like an English style IPA, like we were just talking about with Cambridge water. It would be really nice to make a malt forward, because essentially these New England IPAs are like kind of malt forward, but in a not so malty way. It's body heavy. So let's. I want to make an English style IPA that's body heavy, but in a malty way, not in a alternative way, and get the kids talking about English hops.
Awesome. That'd be awesome.
But I don't know if that's going to happen.
You got to do it. If you do, let us know.
Yeah, I will. For sure.
Awesome.
Tyler, thank you so much, man.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, I'm glad to have someone from Cambridge on the show.
This is my first time trying their beers, and
it's really
very,
good.
very good, man.
Yeah.
Very good. I will definitely get the beer again.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That. Yeah. Please come out to Cambridge sometime soon.
Yeah.
I'll
be back for sure.
Well, he for sure. Me, I'm not probably not going to go with him, but I will hopefully one day.
One day. Yeah.
Collaboration with a brewery.
Yeah,
just let me know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We'd love to.
Thank you, Tyler.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Cheers.
That was good. Makes me want to go back to Cambridge.
Because I've always
miss
seen
it sometimes.
I'm sure, man. You went from a guy that was in Cambridge. I'm sorry, Cambridge, Massachusetts, right?
For a long time.
And for a long time, then you came to LA.
Denver before that.
Okay.
Denver.
But the LA. I'm talking about LA. We're like literally fucking almost the biggest city in the country, well, except for New York or New York City, right?
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's awesome. So, that's great. Yeah. So we got Drekker coming up next.
Drekker. Woo!
Yeah. ABVs are all the same.
Let's talk about some. I don't think he's. Yeah. Okay.
All right. We're gonna take a little.
Merch.
Break.
Merch. Don't forget to buy your merch.
Yeah, get your merch.
IPA
Yeah, please
Fest.
support the
cause.
fest a little bit more. But yeah,
Correct.
if you can.
It's all good. We understand pandemic and
We get
people.
Yeah.
We already know.
Yeah.
So,
And thanks if you already did. So yeah.
cheers.
All right. So we're gonna do a quick
Another
break.
shot?
No, not another.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it. Yeah. Maybe
Man. Okay. All right.
Maybe.
Cheers, my
All right.
friend.
Cheers. All right.
Oh, all right,
Hey.
all right.
Oh, the thing didn't come back. on.
Mark from Drekker. How you doing, boy? How you doing, brother?
Everybody,
Glad you could join us.
well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, let's go with this beer, man.
All right, here we go.
Bam. All right. Drekker. Clueless Wonder, double IPA, clocking in at
This one's 8.3.
8.3. Yeah. All right. Ooh, that's good. That's real good.
Yeah, save something new, man.
I'm sorry. Maybe 2-3 ounces. Yeah.
I've really been enjoying the package you sent.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Really liking your beers. But
Yeah,
tell us
this-
about this one.
Yeah, this one's a fun one. Well, the name comes from we got maybe it was about a year ago now. We got a pretty interesting Facebook message that came in the middle of the night, kind of accusing us of making all these weird beers and called us a bunch of unsophisticated, clueless wonders,
Really?
along with a whole list of other names that were just really choice prime names. We've turned them in. Actually, I think I have the rest of the t-shirt. Another one was a presumptuous wannabe cosmopolitan hack. So we loved it. We embraced it. So we came out with this, kind of this idea behind the beer was this, world and destruction kind of background there. And we just don't give a shit. Let it rock. We're just a bunch of clueless wonders. And so this was kind of a beer that we just had a lot of fun in the underlying story. We knew what we were doing with it. And we built it into one of our a double IPAs that have just a ton of our favorite hops in it. And it starts with a pretty regular malt bill for us. Usually that's 2-row, some combination of either malted oats or flaked oats, carafoam, and then spelt. We love using spelt. Spelt's a ancient wheat variety. It's got awesome like almond, nutty oat character to it. Not as like tangy white bread as white wheat. So I think it adds a little bit more of like chewiness, rustiness to the malt bill. And then we just piled on the hops on this one.
I love the art
Yeah.
of this can, and I like the way it's like a die cut label, right?
Yep. We love that logo to kind of pop off the top, and
Yeah, it looks. I love this. I love it.
All the label art is all done in house, or you outsource it?
nope. So we have an artist that does all of our stuff. He goes by Punch Gut. He's our little nightmare conductor. We just have a blast branding these. We're always usually kind of brainstorming this dream little weird universe that we want to illustrate for each beer. We want to tell like a kind of a creepy, weird story. There's always a bunch of a back end to it, and then Punch Gut's great at putting that into color and illustration and really bringing it to life. There's always tons of Easter eggs, little things hidden in there. The more you look, the more you find on these labels.
Oh, so tell us about some of those on this.
So you can see, I think he put a little like tombstone down there. That's that like little wish you were here. And then there's some like little figures, little goblins that are hidden in there. That some of those are things from previous labels we've done. There's other little stories behind some of them.
Little warrior dude.
There's like a volcano too.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is not real dope art, man. What's the name again? You said Punch Gut?
Punch Gut. Yep.
Oh, okay. That's a dope name too, though.
Check it out.
Yeah. Very good. Solid beer, man.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, I get a lot of like candied pineapple off of this one first. It's that it's not tangy pineapple. It's that almost like sugary, sweet, really mellowed out. The other tropical fruits kind of start to come out, a little bit differently with each taste. There's some melon or cantaloupe in there every once in a while.
Cantaloupe or melon, yeah, and definitely a little bit of pineapple. That sweet, extra sweet pineapple. Yeah, real good, man. Very juicy.
And
too.
the 8.3% is very well hidden. In this.
Oh yeah,
Can't even tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be fucked up for sure.
We use, like, just like in the malt bill, tons of oats and tons of spelt. And to us, what we're trying to do there is, we want to make that big, fluffy, almost like some chew to that malt up front. But then our yeast is really attenuative. This ends up actually being pretty dry, and so it finishes really clean. There's not a cloying sweetness to the finish.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just left with like that sweet pineapple, a little bit of that hop remembrance, and it's just gone.
Yeah, we talked about adding wheat a little earlier with some other brewers, but
he
talked
uses
about
spelt.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask him the same.
Yeah. I think you get a lot of the same characteristics as wheat. When we look at stuff, we love oats probably more than wheat in our hazies, certainly in a bigger percentage. We just balance whether it's flaked or malted. We always feel like malted oats has a really, really smooth, silky flavor to it. It adds this lusciousness and like almost like velvetiness to the beer. Can be a little bit ropey sometimes. It just has this like viscosity to it. And then flaked oats, we always think that's way more fluffy. You just get that fluffy granola oat grain character from it. Wheat has just this incredible softness, just beautiful light softness to the beer. I think the spelt does really similar thing. It just has a little bit more character. There's a hint of granola to it. It's kind of this edge of nuttiness. I think it's more like almonds than anything else. There's just kind of this bordering on like that caramel granola, just a really rustic almond character to that spelt. So it adds some depth and some character, and I don't think it has that like tang, that white bread tang that sometimes can come along with a lot of white wheat.
I really love the way he talks about the beer, and like it's very poetic.
It is.
Right?
We can spend a lot of time together.
So like me and Todd were drinking since yesterday. We drank all the beers, and then we had a party, and so we were a little hungover, today in the morning. But we're back. We're back now.
Yeah, we're a little sweaty too. We just had a bunch.
We just had some fried chicken. I'm just sweating right here, big time.
Chicken, yeah.
It's super hot.
But yeah, this is great. You want to take some forum questions?
Let's take some questions from the forum. All right.
How many different beer runs do you have, and which is your favorite?
So I know 2020. In 2020 we did. You're talking about different beers that we do?
I think so. Yeah.
So in 2020 we did. We brewed 125 different beers in 2020, and 85 of those were brand new.
Okay.
So we love to keep spinning. We keep our IPAs. We'll launch a new one about every month, and then we keep a bunch of them just coming back, having lots of fun with them. And then there's always new stouts and sours and all kinds of other crazy stuff. In 2021, I think we're definitely on track to pass that 125 different beers, and probably well more than in 85. I really want to do my goal for a couple of years has been to try and do 100 totally different new beers in a year.
Wow.
Yeah,
cool,
you have
man.
a little while to beat like other half. I think they up the record again. It was like over 300 or something.
Yeah. I think I love other half, and I think what they do is great. But I think the one thing that holds us back from hitting that 100 is that we spend a lot of time trying to brand each one of these and tell a story. And so until that IPA name is right and we've got that artwork concept, we'll sit on it till the whole thing's perfect. We're really wrapping everything else into the story. And so I'd say that's why I haven't hit that 100 yet. Everything's got to be on point. We're really trying to tell this very specific little nightmare into each beer. And so.
Awesome, man. So let's get another question.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. How do you get this beer so damn pale? How do you prevent browning reaction?
Good question.
Yeah. So that's oxidation.
Yes, I was going to say that.
So the first way, I mean, we get it pale because we start out pale. We don't use any coloring malts in these. It's going to be a pale 2-row, a very light oats. Everything else is really light, and we want them to be that like white, yellow, some opacity there. We think that's just beautiful. And then the way we do the hopping, we do that all under closed conditions, very controlled. We use a centrifuge and all this specific equipment that's used to work in that hop flavor, but also not pick up any oxygen. And then our packaging department, they're all stars. They're perfect at dialing in these beers, making sure that everything's checked on quality levels and that we don't pick up any more oxygen on these. And we have really low oxygen standards that, I'd say much lower than what's generally considered as acceptable.
How many parts per million?
What's that?
How many parts per million of the oxygen?
I would say most of our beers are coming off the canning line at less than 30.
Okay. That's good. No, but no, the beer real good, man.
Yeah,
I'm good now, though.
You are good.
Yeah.
Nice. Listen, I think we got time for one more.
Yes, let's. Let's get another question.
All right, there are many different hops in this beer. Which do you think is highlighted best?
So one of the hops that we use in that we don't specifically call out is we use Mosaic Incognito in the Whirlpool, and that's a hop specific extract where they concentrate all those hop oils and flavors. And we love Mosaic. We love what it sets up for the rest of the beer.
Yeah,
and that Incognito really builds this richness in there. And I think that really starts to build a foundation for all the rest of these hops. There's that rich, super smooth intensity to the hop character that we just love using that Incognito and those other cryo hops or any of those concentrated products that we can just pack that flavor in there.
Yeah,
I think it looks like we might have we get time for one more.
One more. Let's do this.
Yeah. All right.
Loving the beer. Is the demand for hazy IPA changing that you see in available hop varietals? Can you talk about how Drekker experiments with new hops?
Yeah, I mean, the demand for hazy IPAs overall is it's incredible. People love these beers for how many varieties you can be pumping out and how different you can make them taste. And I'm not sure how many West Coast IPAs any one brewery can churn out, but hazies, you can just really individually make unique beers with them. And it's really changing some of the hop varieties. I think what's really cool is not necessarily the new hop varieties, but figuring out what old hops we didn't used to like in West Coast IPAs because maybe they got too bitter or something was weird about them that they were putting in there. When we look back at those hops now and we reuse them in the new style hopping techniques of hazy IPAs, they do some incredible stuff. Like, one of our favorite hops is selecting some really weird CTZ, which is Zeus or one of those ones, and we find really low alpha acid Zeus. That means it hasn't been on the vine long. You get rid of that OG onion garlic flavor, and man, that stuff can pack some just like marmalade, awesome juicy flavor to it. Which that used to be just a power bittering hop. It used to just build this bitter weed dankness into beer, just like that onion character. And now knowing what we need to look for in that and then how we use it differently, we're going back to some old hops, which that's really fun to bring some sexiness back to those ones. So those, no love lost for them. But yeah, then we're always experimenting on new hops. We hear about new test ones, or we get contacted from our suppliers and they're growing up some new hops, and it's really fun to work them in, see if what they say in the flavor comes through to us. And then our favorite part is turning it over to the world and seeing what they think. And it's really cool when those flavors come through. Sabro was one of those fun ones where I didn't believe that it was going to be coconut. I thought that's a real small thing. And then we got some of our Sabro come back like, this isn't coconut. This is like pina colada coconut. This is crazy.
Exactly. That's crazy, huh? Like pineapple with coconut. Like, because I've used the straw, the Sabra before, and I love it too.
Well, cool. Just want to say thanks for joining us. Thanks for sending this awesome beer.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Cheers to everyone out there at the festival.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Oh, you know, look, by far, I mean, like literally, there's not a single brewery that, I mean, everyone
They've all
had
been great. Yeah, and they've been
real
great.
good beers, man.
I'm not sure about the next one.
That's why I was, you know, I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
You know, bringing, you know, our beers.
I'm
You
a
know,
little worried about the next one. How it turned out.
well, I mean, it is 10%.
And
So,
I only drank like 6 of them last night.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was tripping out, like, damn, fucking God, he could fucking hang. But then I saw when I saw that eye that was closed like this,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like,
Yeah, it's time to go.
it's time.
Yeah,
It's time.
to
You
go.
started stuttering. I was like, nah,
It's
it's
time to go.
it's time to go.
It started. I'm lying for these people.
You
All right.
started, you know, like mumbling a little bit, you know, like not
You were
stuttering. You know,
mumbling too.
hey,
Plus,
because
I'm dancing.
I was fucked up, dog.
Maybe I was a little
But
winded
I'm
from
gonna
all
keep
the
it. I'm gonna
dancing.
keep it real. I was fucked
Maybe I
up,
was a little winded
and I
from
was
all the
smoking,
dancing.
so I was cross.
Oh yeah, you
I
were
was twisted.
Yeah, you
I
were
was twisted. Yeah, you know, I keep it real.
All right, so your beer
Next up.
grab the hot boss. See this in a couple.
Yes. Couple minutes.
Couple.
Cheers.
Last but not least.
Hey, yay. Thank you, brother. Thank
Gonna
you, brother.
get 2 days.
Yeah, no, I know. We
Yeah.
had a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun, man. And hopefully, you know, get to do this again.
I think we will.
Okay.
Something called Lager Fest.
Oh, so you're officially invited me?
I
for the
did
lager?
yesterday. Remember? Or
Oh,
did those? I think we did. You drink those away?
I
Those
think I
memories
was a
away?
little fucked up already.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, thank you so much, brother.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to it. This is it. The hot boss.
The hot boss. Beer, please. Get your ass over here. What the fuck you doing over there,
Come
man?
on over here.
This is welcome, Steven.
Yeah.
Andrade.
Bring on Steven.
Yeah. So, how you doing, brother?
Tell us who you are. What do you do?
I'm a brewer, and I brew beer for this man here, and I brew beer for Indy.
That's right.
That's right.
This guy right here is my brother, and so it only makes sense that we do business together and we make the good beer that we seek and that we make sure that we want to give to the people.
This motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, dog.
It's all about the beer.
I feel
Like,
the
him and I are
Feel
just
the love,
like,
dog. The love, man.
we're family.
We're family.
Speaking of love, let's
The hot boss,
yeah,
man.
I love the label.
Yeah, it looks all right. Now, who the fuck is that guy? Though? The one right there, man. Oh shit. You
That's
know.
great.
Let's open it up, man. All right.
Fill your glass.
Sir.
You got a lot to go around.
Yeah.
10% ABV.
Yeah. So you guys tell me about this beer.
All right. So you know, like you know, for people that don't know, we're BeerThugLife Brewing. We contract breweries to brew our beers because we don't have a brewery yet. So
You said you work with how many breweries now?
I work with 5. I started with Indie Brewing Company,
Right.
and now we have five breweries that we brew different beers, and you know, all that.
Right.
We drop about 2 or 3 beers a month. And the hot boss, you know, when you guys called us, you know, to make a beer for this IPA Fest, I was like, whoa, you know, it's got to be a hazy. And I know West Coast. I love West Coast, but I'm starting to fall in love with hazies. To be honest with you, man. Yeah. And I said, you know what? I'm just do it big. Let's do a fucking triple. Yeah. So you know, I brew the recipe, and you know, I always brew the recipe prior here in headquarters at our little.
Previously a garage.
Previously it was my garage.
That's what
we did.
F2020
F2020
times 3. Yep.
And now we brewed it at headquarters here. Tried it out. It was pretty good. I told Steven, hey man, I give him a recipe, and you know I love the way that he just makes what I did as a home brew into commercial scale. You know, I couldn't do it without the head brewers that help us out, man.
Yeah.
You know. And I give this guy and Indy and everyone else that helps out a lot of props, man.
Yeah, tell us about that process. So there's a lot of breweries that do contract brewing, like Edgar. So what's your process when you're working with those? I know there's different levels of engagement too. I know some just they're kind of more hands off. Edgar's very much hands on, and increasingly becoming more and more hands on.
Yeah.
But what's your process when you're dealing with contract brewers?
I mean, when it first starts, when he proposes an idea, he basically tells me like, "Hey, man, I want to make a beer like this, and it's got to have the juicy base, but I want a little bit more bitterness for this one. For particularly this one, he wanted a triple hazy, but with like a West Coast twist on it, meaning like bringing some bitterness in it. And so I'd say that the difference between this one and other beers is that we wanted to actually add early hops in and balance out that high sugar content, the high alcohol. We wanted to mask that, wanted to balance that out. And so when he told me about this, I was like, yeah, we could totally do that. And whenever he posed an idea to me, I'm just like, I know exactly what you're talking about, dude. We already know we drink the same beer. We're in the same, culture.
He's my spirit animal.
It's just like a synergy thing. We've always talked about that. It just works. We almost don't even need to explain to each other like too much in detail. We just hit it. We had the same palate basically.
Yeah.
And so for this one, he wanted, big numbers on this one. And we actually did target 60 IBUs on the hot side, which we don't normally add any hops for our hazies or juicy IPAs, anything in that category. And what I found that it actually just balances out the beer. Like you don't really get much bitterness off it. It just basically made it so you can't tell this is a 10% beer.
You kind of can.
It
super
just tastes like
dangerous.
juice.
Super dangerous.
Like
Yeah.
Juicy 10%.
Galaxy, Strata,
Mosaic.
and Mosaic, man. Mosaic is my favorite, obviously my favorite, but
Yeah.
Strata is that.
Strata gives that like dank,
that dank,
like subtle
man.
pineapple.
Exactly, man.
And then the Galaxy gives it that gassiness
man.
and that pineapple
Like
too.
a little bit
like
of stone
guava
fruit
and
too.
Stone fruit.
Yeah.
So the idea behind this one, he was like, I want it to be, West Coast hazy, if that makes sense. And I was like, it totally makes sense. I'm like, let's get those fruity notes out. Let's get those dank notes out. Let's add some bitterness and let's balance it out, because it's going to be a 10%er. You're going to have high sugar.
Exactly. And
high
we added
alcohol.
what, 6 pounds?
6 pounds per barrel. And
barrel of hops.
I actually talked him down. He wanted to do 8. And I said, if we can get away with 8, let's try to get away with 6. And I think it'll be like a sweet spot. Basically, because
he did talk me down.
Considering
that's a lot of money and that's a lot of hops, and
And I already know from experience you can do very well performing with less hops per barrel.
Yeah,
6 is already like on the high end, but it's pretty much adequate for that amount of sugar you have going in. So
very cool. And
I thought it was a sweet spot, and
and this beer, by the way, it's like I think it's the freshest beer in the box.
So
right?
we our deadline was I think it was
almost didn't happen too.
Oh my God!
So tell me about that again.
The worst thing that could happen happened that day. We were about to can. Well, first of all, we were supposed to can. It wasn't. We thought it wasn't ready to can, right? And then Steven fucking started carbonating it.
Yep.
And then he was like, if it's not ready, it's not ready. It's not ready for that day. I was like, fuck, please.
It was getting down to the wire. And
it was down to the wire. Big time.
It's got a carb. We're not gonna rush it and scrub anything out.
Yeah.
So the beer's ready when it's ready.
Yeah.
We don't compromise.
Quality, of course.
Quality. So he was like, okay. I'm like, don't worry. We have enough time.
Yeah.
Given that everything goes right. And so last minute decisions always go famously.
Yep.
Yeah, right. I got down to the wire and we made that beer onto the dock, onto the truck to get shipped.
Prior to that, though, the canning line has never ever had any issues, right? So we were canning the beer.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, oh shit! It was out of control, man.
There was a leak or something in the line, and so there was.
We lost a bunch of beer.
There was a lot of air going in.
So we lost 15 cases.
It was starting to foam, and it wasn't an immediate fix we could do. And so.
So I made an executive decision. I told him, stop this shit. Let's fucking put them in kegs, and then let's fill up the can by. One can by can and do the can sealer.
And you were going crazy because on top of that, and Brett was going crazy.
Yeah, Brett was. It was an hour and a half.
But the truck is showing up that afternoon at 1 or 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
I had to be on that truck. If it wasn't on that truck, it was not coming.
Dude, we wouldn't be drinking this right now.
Well, there were 10 of us. Everyone was going frantic. Fucking okay, you here? You pour beer. You pass it to me here.
We just made an assembly line. Decisions were just made on the fly, and it happened. I started kegging sixtels, handing them off to my new assistant, saying, "Go tap these." And then we had different taps.
Not only that, but we got the labels literally last minute that same day at 10 o'clock. Julio had to go over there and go pick them up at UPS, bro. So everything that could have went bad.
Yeah.
But
these are the things you don't hear about. Everybody talks about the ingredients and everything, but what about the production side?
Man.
What about the team?
All the stuff that goes
on. That's what I thought to myself, what the fuck did I get myself into, man?
I remember you're like, I can't host this if my beer's not in the box.
Beer, it's gonna be cool. You know what I mean?
They said it would be fun.
It's gonna be fun. That's a lot of fucking work, man. A lot of work.
Yeah.
And you know this, man.
Yeah. Well, it paid off because this beer's great. Everything that happened.
Blood, sweat, and tears, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. But like I said, this man right here and every other brewery that helps me out, man, I just couldn't do it without them. I consider myself still a home brewer.
Yep.
Not a commercial brewer. So I just gave them my recipes, and they helped me, scale it up,
Fine tune
and fine tune them and stuff like that. I couldn't do it without, man. And thank you, brother. Thank you. I love this motherfucker.
And he helped with, of course, with the last beer.
Also, he F2020 times 3, the one
which I brought tonight. I had the.
Oh my God, that's the last can.
The
bro.
last can.
The last can.
Unless anybody else out there has.
Oh, I'm sure
someone.
Might be, once in a while we get tagged with someone.
That'd be cool to hear from anybody else that still has one, right?
Oh,
yeah.
let's ask
maybe
questions,
let's do a
right?
cheers.
Yeah.
If anybody has a
Yeah.
can of F2020, now's the time.
All right. Let's take some questions from the audience.
I'm gonna go get the
forum?
can.
Okay.
Get it ready.
Yes.
Awesome. That's cool. Cool shit.
Edgar, you have been an awesome host. Any advice for aspiring brewers in such a crowded space? That's a good question, man. Just like me, I finally found something that I really want to do, that I love to do and everything, man. I just worked very, very hard at it, man. Start meeting people, go to breweries, make connections, man. I know there's a lot of breweries out there and everything, but just go out there, and search it, man, and make friends. This community is very, very, very supportive, man. That's all I can say about that, man. Cool. Next question.
Let's take another.
Edgar, we love that you're a part of this virtual fest.
So do I.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry. You read it, please.
No, this is funny. You like reading your own.
I mean, we love that you're.
Story. Yeah.
We love part of this virtual festival. Can you please tell us your story of how you got into brewing? Thanks. We're also huge fans of El Segundo. We are too. Yeah. Can we visit you the next time we're on Segundo? Yeah, you guys can visit us, man. It should be ready by then. My story, just I don't want to take too long because it's a long ass story.
It's a very long
story.
I
can make a movie out of my life, man.
Maybe someone should. Yeah.
I'm an ex-gang member here in LA. I met craft beer 11 years ago. I was addicted to drugs. I was a criminal. I did it all, man. One day I got tired of it, man. And I met craft beer, and I loved it. I loved the community. And I said, you know what? I love this, man. But I started realizing that we are hardly ever represented in this community, people of color. And I was like, hey, I just want to be part of this community, man. And yeah, man. So we're here.
That's a very short version.
We're here. I have a couple of LA Times articles that were written about us. They're all in my website.
Yeah, I'll drop some links.
You want to get a little deeper of who we are. But yeah, and I met people like these guys right here, man, that are just so fucking cool. And Todd was like, I met him in LA Beer Week,
That's right.
And
you're all thugged out.
Yeah,
You're all hard, tough looking.
Standing
there by yourself.
I'm a softie inside.
You were. As soon as
I
I met you, you were like just exploding with like passion for beer when I first met you.
Yeah,
you're just excited to be there. Yeah,
exactly, man. And and then just people gravitated to that, man. And just want to thank everyone for supporting us. And we're gonna keep trying to do the best that we can, man. Cheers, motherfuckers.
So yeah, look, I had this in the fridge. There you go.
Next question.
Last can.
There's a couple of comments on the side too.
Yeah, that's it
says.
So after meeting the brewers from the past 2 days, who of all these breweries would you like to make your next beer?
Shit,
that's a good
man.
question.
That's a very good question, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would love to do something with Lawson or Vinny, they're pioneers, man. But dude, all the beers were phenomenal. Every single one, bro. I would love to do collab with any of these breweries, man. I would love it. You know that's what I love about the industry, man. That everyone just like, let's collab. When have you seen any other industry where people collab? When have you seen Coca-Cola collab with Coke with Pepsi? Right?
Yeah, they don't.
Right? That shit doesn't happen.
Pretty rare.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare. You know, that's why this motherfucking shit right here, the craft beer community, I love it. I love it.
No,
Man.
this list was fire. This whole fest. So
It really
I mean,
was.
you'd be an idiot to not want to collab with anybody on this list.
Yeah, trust me, I
This
know.
is the-
And you know, sometimes I am a little bit of idiot. Sometimes, you know, but I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm just happy, and we're gonna keep pushing it, man. Love you guys.
All right. Want to do another one?
All
right.
go
Let's
ahead.
fire it up. What time is it? Oh yeah, we're getting all right. Who is the hot boss? Well, I mean, who's on the label, man?
Well, yeah, that's me. I took a little picture. I love Al Capone movies. You know, like the Mafia, and you know, like the Cosa Nostra, the you know, like all those classics.
You were supposed to do a cool video.
I was supposed to do a cool video, like everything, but I was just we've been so fucking busy that like we have literally no time no more, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I promise you, I'll make another video soon. Shit, man.
Yeah.
So I figure if I'm the co-host,
but people should follow you on your Instagram, and I hate Instagram. I don't recommend it, but you're on it, so that's the only. I'm going to recommend.
That's my major platform.
You should go check out his IG feed, especially go back a little bit because you've done some great videos to go with these.
Yeah, that's our thing, man. I love, like, it's cool to have a picture of a beer and all that, but to me, a video shows more. Okay. It gives a better explanation of the story of the beer and everything, man.
Yep.
You know, that's we're gonna keep doing those videos.
Yeah.
Shout out to my partners, Hip Hop Craft, Chelas Mundial, and all the breweries, Common Space, you know, Indie.
You work with,
they work with us, man, and Boomtown, you know, Tortuga Brewing, you know, and Brujeria. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and it looks like we gotta wrap it up, but the fun, it was fun.
So one more thing.
The fun's not over though, because we're gonna do the post party and we're gonna drink. We'll go ahead and.
But before that, let's chug the hot box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You ready? Hey, don't fuck on me now, man.
I need a little more
let's
before
do it.
it's official. Hold on. I'll be fair.
You look a little nervous. Huh?
Before we chug, just gotta say, buy some merch.
Yes.
But thank you to our partner, Halftime. Again,
shout out.
Without them, we couldn't have done this. I just want to shout out to behind the scenes, Britt, Claire, Talia. Without them, again, this couldn't happen.
You guys are awesome.
They rock. Just want to give a little shout out to our Fest crew who are in our Slack channel. A lot of them are watching right now, and the comments are hilarious. I got to go back and kind of read all of them, but yeah, shout out to all of them, and I can't wait to do in person with
I know,
you.
man. We're gonna have so much fun, man.
Shout out to you. Thanks for being my co-host, man. It's been fun.
You. It's been an honor. You know,
it would have been so boring to do this on my own. I would have just, it would have been horrible.
And you know, let's do it. We're gonna do it. Let's fucking do it here at
no, it's great. I'm just honored to know you, and thanks for being here. Thanks to you, and thanks to all the brewers who, you know.
And obviously, thank you everyone out here to support it. Everyone that bought tickets. Everyone you know that is following us and doing, you know, everything, man. Thank you guys, man.
Yeah, and I hope you'll join us for Lager Fest, August 20 and 21. And also, I hope you'll join us for, there you go,
Lager Fest.
Yeah, and I hope you'll join us when we start doing in-person fests again.
Ooh, that's going to be crazy.
It's going to happen.
Oh, you know how many people are going to ask me to fucking chug, man? Yeah. So if I say no, it's because I'm already too fucked up and I got to be
I want you have to come to one of our in-person events.
Of course.
As a brewer.
Of course. Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Hopefully. Well, look.
Okay.
Let's give a toast, right, to everyone.
Well, this chug is for all of you watching.
Yeah.
Thank you again for your support. Without your support, this wouldn't be happening.
Of course,
man. And we're doing this for you. We love all of you. So
cheers.
As Edgar says, cheers, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
There we go.
10% ABV.
Whoa. Whatever. Now I'm feeling like I'm at an 11 now.
Damn, wait, the after party is next.
We dancing?
There's not a
there's no
party
one here,
today,
there's no
dog.
party.
Unless you want to dance with me, dog.
All right. So the post party link is in the forum, and we're gonna be savoring this beautiful.
Oh
thing.
man!
But thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Be safe. Cheers.
That was good.